In fields that I know, I'm a pretty good detector of truth. In this case, I know the field of test prep. I've been involved in over 30 years. And a major organization, the College Board, they are influential across the nation to almost every college-bound 17-year-old kid. And they're lying to these kids. Here's the latest. The College Board administers the SAT, a 5-section test, 4 of which count. Well, with 98% certainty, I know that only the first 4 count and not the 5th one. That 5th section is an experimental section. It's used to possibly equate one test administration given in, say, March with another one given in October to assess the fairness of one scale versus another. They might have made an overly hard test one month, and the College Board can move them to equality with a more forgiving scale to the students who will be set with a harder test. They also can experiment for making future questions. The experimental part of this allows the College Board to make better tests by viewing the results of experimental questions to see whether there really is a good distribution of right and wrong answers. When otherwise really strong students, a whole bunch of them get a question wrong, that's a sign of a flawed question, since questions by the best students should be gotten right in a much higher percentage. So there's validity to having an experimental section. Here's what the College Board did. They always made that experimental section, Section 5. The one that kids now know doesn't count. Why try? Say many of the students. Now, I'm of the opinion that you might as well try anyway. It can't hurt to think and work at something for an extra 30 minutes. Why not? But enough students are just putting their pencils down, chilling out, or experimenting themselves, saying, what if I go A, B, C, B, C, B, C, B, C? Yeah, they make little patterns. Doesn't help the College Board for this. So of late, the College Board has said, but they're lying, there will be sections, there will be questions on Section 5 that do count. It's to get kids to finally try across the board. There are better ways to do this than lying to teenagers. It's condescending, kids can figure it out, and you look bad. College Board itself had in the past a much better way. They were, up until 4 years ago, simply making an experimental section, the whole section of which looked like the ones that counted. Students couldn't know, and thus had to try hard universally or risk having a horrible score when they could do better. That gives it integrity. But the College Board is now a place run by people doing social experiments. Political action is part of their game now. They want to reinforce Common Core standards that have come up for the last 15 years, and so they're trying to manufacture a test that somewhat does this. Get back to basics, and you'll have a much more respected test. Right now, enough students take the ACT instead of the SAT because the College Board has been a manipulator and they have a more pure alternative in the ACT. I would like to see the SAT revive itself to being the #1 test. But when the College Board starts lying, it almost assures itself of going down even more. Be straight with kids. Make a test with integrity and stick to it.